My name is Vincent Henry, Member of Parliament representing Region 9, Rupununi. I am happy to be making my report to you at this time. In Region 9, we recently had big floods in the South Rupununi, and many of our farmers were affected. This flooding doesn't happen every year, but periodically it does happen, and whenever it happens, it would cause a lot of distress to the residents. For example, in Caranao, the many of the farms were flooded. I spoke with it Tushao this morning, and he said that they will be doing an assessment and will soon be making a report to the authorities so that relevant assistance can be given. In Sand Creek, well, they are near to the Rupununi River. They had a very big flood there. Up to now, the water is very high. It's actually up to a place called Red Hill. It's like a big lake of water going right up and flowing very fast. It was also in the village, and some 8 households were affected, and the residents there are calling for some assistance. We have made this known to the regional authorities, and hopefully something will be done for them in terms of food assistance and other stuff to help them clean their houses after the flood, etc. Also, Latam itself is now under a threat. This morning, I went to do an assessment, and I found that the water was like some 3 feet, 3 feet before it reaches the top of the land. That is the Takatu River. And according to one counselor, when I left, I was informed that the water is rising very quickly. And so we made some calls on Facebook for the authorities to get their act together. Do not wait until the after the fact for them to take action, but to start mobilizing now. And indeed, I noticed this morning that there was a disaster preparedness committee meeting, and certain things are being put in place. And I hope that they will be able to respond rapidly to issues and to problems, and to help our residents to overcome this threat that is coming on us right now, and be able to get over it in the future. Normally, we would get like periodically a severe flooding, and after a few years, severe drought. I still remember in the 1997, 98 time, somewhere around there, we had the El Nino, and it was really a horrible experience. I was then the vice chairman, and we saw our children even, falling down, fainting in schools because of hunger, and because if the severe dry season, destroyed all the cassava crops. And in Region 9, the cassava crop is a staple. It's something that the people live on, they eat every day. I too love the farine. It's very tasty, it's very nourishing, and it also keeps you away from hunger for long periods. And that whenever there is a flood or a severe drought, those cassava crops are destroyed, and we end up suffering. So it is good that the Disaster Preparedness Committee is in action, and I know that I know Mr. Craig and others will be very active. During my time when I was in authority here on the RDC, I knew he and others as junior officers were very active. Now they are the bosses, and I know that they will do a good job. Thank you.
Vincent, could you say whether there might have been any deaths as a result of these floods, or perhaps hospitalization? I know there's lots of dislocations where this flooding is concerned, and how it has affected residents.
Well, in the villages, the residents who were affected, they have families, so they moved to their families, and they were quite okay. We help one another in this region. In Latem itself, now I was told that some 6 families are in need of help, and up to this morning, our one of our regional counselors was on site doing an assessment when he was met by a team from the disaster preparedness committee, and he immediately approached them and requested that the 6 families be be given the necessary help to relocate and to be sustained during this period. After this period, they will need the staff to do the cleaning of their houses and to get their lives back in order. And but as far as I know, there were no deaths, or there was no death or anything major happening at this time. I have animals being having to be put out to pasture to get away from the floods, but no deaths of any person as such.
And we're tremendously grateful for that, Vincent.